So in this video I will be making a LEGO Ninjago set with $0, all with my own pieces, before it even releases. Let the challenge begin. Now the set we are going to make is this one, called the Arc Dragon of the Whispering Wood. We only have one image for it, being this one. From this image we can deduce three things for the set. Number 1. It needs a side build with a tree, some nature, and a small shrine. Number 2. It needs 9 minifigures being the Loyalist, Sora, Euphrasia, Draconis forms of Lloyd and Cole, Aaron, Rock Monster, and finally Zane and an Acid Monster. Then finally the last thing this set needs is obviously the actual dragon. Now, obviously my version won't be as good as this real version, because this is a $90 set, but hopefully I can make the set well. Let us start with the side build. So at the time of recording this video, a new image for this set has just been revealed. And mostly it shows things which we already have seen, except it shows us this new small mech for the Rock Monster. So that means I will have to make the Rock Monster mech as well. I will put the Rock Monster mech in the side build section, since it is a side build. But talking more about the mech, there are definitely some things I need to include, mainly the big black claws, a simple mixel joint system, and an articulate torso. So yeah, that's the new image. Before we go to the side build, I just wanted to say that only 0.6% of the people actually watching these videos are subscribed, so if you're in that 0.6%, please subscribe. And also this video is our 200 subscriber and 2-year special, so I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Now first let's start with the small forest side build. It is supposed to represent this build from the set. It is just a small little forest build with a shrine, a tree, and some shrubbery. The shrine is just made with a couple light gray, red, and black pieces. I used a 1x1 Technic brick to add some more detail, and a pointy, pyramid piece. I also used the Tox hairpiece for more foliage. The tree is made up of a bunch of brown and dark brown pieces, but the tree is actually sitting on a square barrel piece, and if we open the tree there is a grass piece inside. Now you can see the grass piece, maybe it is just compost, and now I lost the grass piece. BTWIDK where the Tox hairpiece went. Let me just put that back together. Anyways, that is enough of this side build, so now, for the Rock Monster mech. So I decided to first show the minifigure of the mech, otherwise the mech won't make sense. So as you can see, my Rock Monster looks more like an ice monster. That is because I don't have any minifigure parts in nougat nor translucent orange. If you are wondering, the minifigure is supposed to look like this. So, all the parts of this minifigure come from Ice Samurai. Except for 2 medium azure 1x1 bricks. To keep the hand accessories on, I put in a 1x1 brick on top of the hand. On top of the 1x1 brick I put on a minifigure head, and on top of that the hand accessory. Just like the real minifigure, I used the same piece for the helmet and hand accessories, in this case being Ice Samurai helmets. After I made this minifigure, I realized that it is just a glorified Ice Samurai. But anyways, it is time for the actual mech. So, this is the Earth but now Ice Monster mech. Just reminding you guys that we will be seeing the whole dragon and minifigures later. Anyways, let's talk about the mech, going from down to top. First with the feet, I kept those black claws the original, and I made the limbs this bright sky blue color. Then I connected the feet to the waist using simple mixel joints. About the waist, it is dark red to fit with the Ice Monster, and the waist can turn a full 360 degrees. The torso is made using a white Evo cockpit piece from Zane's Evo mech with a dark red shield piece on top. Moving on to the hands, they have the same black claws as the original, and also just like the original, one claw is bigger than the other. The hands are connected to the torso by the arm on a simple mixel joint system. So yeah, that is almost it for the mech, but now let's see what it looks like with the minifigure inside. But also it is very articulatable, so it can have different poses. Here is the mech with the minifigure inside. I think it looks much better like this. The minifigure's accessories wouldn't fit in normally, so instead I added the accessories next to the shoulders of the mech. So yeah, that's probably it for both of the side builds, and now let's see how they both look next to each other. So those are the 2 side builds. I honestly think that just these 2 builds alone could be sold as their own $20 set, but maybe it would also need a small ninja as well. But anyways, let's get on with the minifigures. So here are all 9 of the minifigures I made. But in the real set there are only 8. This is because new images have revealed that Euphrasia doesn't actually come in the set, so I won't be covering her in the review. So actually here are all 8 minifigures I made, being Lloyd, Cole, Zane, Aaron, Sora, an Acid Monster, the Earth but now Ice Monster, and finally the Loyalist. Let's start from left to right with the Loyalist. With all of these minifigures I also tried to match their accessories, so this is the Loyalist leader's staff. I made the Loyalist leader. The legs are from Legacy Tournament Cole, the torso is from a Legacy Stone Warrior, the head is from an Imperium Soldier, and the hood is from the Spirit of the Temple. I also turned around and then added dark red arms to the torso. If you don't want spoilers, then you should skip 20 seconds right now. New images have revealed that Dr. Laro is actually the Loyalist. Unfortunately, you can see some green from the back. But yeah, that's it for this minifigure. I won't talk about this Earth/Ice Monster minifigure that much because you guys saw him earlier. But basically this minifigure is mostly just made from Ice Samurai parts. But the gunmetal gray helmet piece on top is from General Vex. But yeah, that's it for this minifigure. Now it's time for the Acid Monster. The real Acid Monster uses a snake tail piece for the legs, but I don't have any snake tail pieces, so instead I use the Legacy Overlord Ghost Tail piece. For the torso I also used the Legacy Overlord torso, but I used the arms from Prime Empire Lloyd. The head is where it gets really interesting. Since I had no purple snake heads, what I did is that I put a black snock brick, on top of which I put a lime green 1x1 tile, and on the side of which I put a purple snake accessory. This way it makes it look like a purple snake head. I made the staff out of a lime green tooth piece, a Technic pin with stud, a 1x1 black cylinder piece and a long black bar piece. Well, that is enough of this minifigure, so now it is time for the next minifigure. Here is a quick look at Euphrasia, even though she doesn't actually come in the set. Her torso and legs are from Corzane, she has a standard Lego City face. And her mask is from Dragon's Rising Zane and Island Naya. Her accessories are just 2 trans light blue studs. This is season for Sora. This is actually one of the few minifigures which you can officially make right now. Because the official minifigure just uses pieces from Spectral Sora, except instead of using the Spectral armor, it uses a dark blue half mask with the armor from the Tournament of the Sources Sora. But I don't have Spectral Sora, so instead, I just used the Tournament of the Sources Sora, but I changed both arms to white. And I gave her the armor piece from the Crystallized Ninja. That's it for this minifigure. Now time for the next. The next minifigure we have here is Season for Aaron. This minifigure is made using the legs, torso and hood from Season 1 Aaron, but with a dark blue arm and armor. The original minifigure is a lot like Season 3 Aaron, but it replaces all the black with dark blue. And also this is the first Aaron minifigure to use the reddish-orange color for the arm. So yeah, that's it for this minifigure. Now time for the real ninja. First of all, we have Season for Zane. In the set his suit is like the other ninjas, but without all the dragon stuff. His legs and torso are from Season 1 Dragon's Rising Zane, but I flipped the torso and gave it the arms from Mech Pilot Suit Naya, and the armor from the Imperium Soldiers. And finally the Dragon's Rising Zane headpiece, and normal Zane hairpiece. And now it's time for the next minifigure, but before that here are some pictures of Draconis form Zane. Now we have Draconis form Lloyd. Now if I am being honest, my Draconis form ninja are not accurate, but I made sure that they match each other, and once again the accessories are trying to be from the set. Anyways, the legs for Draconis form Lloyd are from Season 11. His torso is from his Legacy Tournament suit but backwards, and with sand green arms, and dark green hands. His armor is from Possession Naya, and then he has the normal Dragon's Rising head, and his mask from Master of the Mountain. Finally, his wing/glider thing is custom built. So yeah, that's it for this minifigure. But anyways, now it's time for the final minifigure, Draconis form Cole. So this is Draconis form Cole. His accessory is similar to the one Lord Ras has. That's because his real accessory looks a bit like Lord Ras's hammer. His legs, torso, and head are from Dragon's Rising Season 1 Cole. But his torso is backwards and I gave him orange arms. His armor is from Possession Cole, and his mask is from Master of the Mountain Cole. And once again his wings are custom built. But now we are all done with the side builds and minifigures, so now it's time for the dragon. This is the Arc Dragon of the Whispering Wood, the actual set. It is not as big or as good as the real set. Let's start with it from front to back, or from back to front. Starting here, we have the tail. The tail is tipped with a missile from the spring-loaded shooters. Also, at the end, there is a tooted 1x4 piece, and the actual tail is made with a bunch of missile and clip joints, just like most tails. Now we have the back legs. Just like normal, they are shorter than the front legs in height, but these back legs are pretty maneuverable, as you can see. Then the actual body is a bit hard to see with the wings in the way. But I used a brown Nexo Knights shield piece, a sand green Nexo Knights shield piece, and a normal Nexo Knights shield piece. Here is what the body looks like with the saddle on top. That is what it looks like. The wings are connected right above the shoulders of the front legs. And I have a clip with a brown to sloped piece to cover the neck up when it moves. Now we can see the neck. And actually, on the saddle, there was one piece missing. That piece is on the back of the dark green Nexo Knights shield piece. That way, it can clip the sword. Now we have the wings, made with some joints and some translime green wing pieces, which I got from Lloyd's Titan Mech. Not the Lloyd's Titan Mech Legacy from 2026, but the one released in 2019. Now we have the neck of the dragon. It is actually more posable, at least I think so, to the real dragon. We also have a flap over there to shield some of the missiles, the same as you saw in the back. And let's see how they look when shot. They can both be shot at the same time. Anyways, let's see how the missiles don't need to go over there to look good. They are just there as a good play feature. The neck can still move, as we can see, but the set itself is also pretty fragile.
Here's the neck moving for a little bit.
Here it is. The neck is made, and the entire dragon has a sand green underbelly. And the neck has a great articulation. It is with a ratcheted ball joint, no, clip ball joint. And so the dragon can look close to the ground or high up. Anyways, the dragon's head is connected with a big ball joint with a socket. And the horns are connected to the head with a hook. Now let us look at the underside of the dragon for a little bit. Now let's look at the front legs and the underside of the dragon, the back to the head. It has a jaw. It is supposed to be kind of like a deer, just like the original set or a moose with the antlers. Though the teeth aren't very pointed, so that I could look more like a herbivore dragon, and the neck has a lot of maneuverability. Here is the arc dragon of the Whispering Wood moving for a little bit. Also known as, here is the arc dragon of life moving for a little bit. Along the underside of the neck I use 1x2 tooted pieces, and the dragon can be posed from the tail, the wings, neck, head and legs. The dragon has a lot of maneuverability, and here is the front arms of the dragon. They are made with 4x2 rock pieces. The same ones are found on Zane's bike from 2019, Legacy. Actually the original version from 2012, not the Legacy version. I am talking about this piece, but in my set it is dark gray. Speaking of this set is called the Fangpire Truck Ambush. It includes 4 minifigures being Fangdam, a Fangpire, Zane ZX, and finally, JZX. And Zane's bike is just a side build in this set. Anyways, back to my set. This is what the back of the legs look like once again, and I tried to make the underside more as tan or light yellow as possible, but I didn't have all the pieces needed. Here are some pictures of the dragon flying, eating, fighting that would have to do it for the dragon and have to do it for the build and the set. Seems like that you have made it to the end of the video. So yeah, that's it for the set. This is the longest video I have ever made, so please subscribe. And I know that this set has officially released now. And Happy New Year. I hope you liked this mock. If you are wondering the reason why the Arc Dragon of the Whispering Wood is my 200 subscriber special, it is because my YouTube short about the Arc Dragon of the Whispering Wood is the video that got me to 200 subscribers. Anyways, that is it for this video, so please like, Comment, share, subscribe, and bye.